All right. Thank you, everyone, for zooming in with us on tonight. Welcome to I Love Healthy Me, live broadcast on menopause. So thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight. Menopause is something that has been going on long before I've been born, but fortunately or unfortunately, when I started to experience problems, with my genital area, it caused me to think, okay, what can I do to help my uterus? Because a lot of times when we have problems within our uterine area, some women experience adenomyosis, some women experience fibroids. Adenomyosis is one of the things that a lot of women are experiencing now. It mirrors fibroids, but it's far worse than fibroids. It's a combination of fibroids and endometriosis. So it causes a lot of pain. It causes long periods. It causes irritability. It causes a lot of things. And unfortunately, it also messes with the hormones, which causes problems when it comes to perimenopause and menopause. And that's what I experienced. I've been working on my uterus for quite some time now. It came as a result of the way that I was eating. In 2015, I had to change my lifestyle. I was almost 400 pounds, diabetic, high blood pressure. You name it, I had it. But one of the main things that I've always dealt with was my uterus. I've always had problems with my uterus. And so I had to grab a hold to it and fix what I could fix, in my own ability. And so I went to herbal school and I became an herbalist, and I put together a formula to help my hormones, because when it comes to perimenopause or menopause, it's the hormones that causes us to have hot flashes. Now, there are certain foods that also trigger us when it comes to perimenopause or menopause. And so I put together a formula that consisted of 3 herbs, and one of the first women that tried it after myself was Miss Kelly. We were having a fashion show, and we were renting space at her church, to have rehearsals and stuff. And she had opened the door for us every time we came, and she was waving. And I noticed that, and when we had rehearsal the following week, I said, I want you to try this. And she tried it. And when she came back the following 2 weeks to open the door for us to come in, she was like, oh my God, that was so good. So I just want Kelly to just explain a little bit of her experience on the first formula that I put together on menopause.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this forum tonight. It is real. Menopause, perimenopause, all of that is real. And what we have to know is that God gives people wisdom on how to deal with it. And I thank God for Miss Tawana every day. And then she called me yesterday and said, I got something for you. And I said, thank you, Jesus. So because what she gave me with the first formula, I took it, I believe, for 2 or 3 months. I lost weight. I didn't have the hot flashes. I wasn't feeling the mood swings, and it was just a wonderful experience. And I just started taking the new formula yesterday, and I did 2 pills. She told me I could take 1, 2, or 3, and I was a little skeptical to take 3 because I didn't know exactly how it was going to work. But by now, I'm probably would be dead on my feet. I have energy still, and I have about 10 things to complete before I go to bed tonight, and I think I can get them all done just with base. And I have not had a flash at all today. I mean, not at all. And normally I'm like this, and I'm drinking water and doing all kinds of sweating, and sweating is pouring into my eyes. And I'm like, it's gotten really, really bad. I feel like my grandmother because it's running down and gathering under my chin. But I just thank God that whatever it is in that, the combination of the herbs, it worked for me quickly. So I took it this morning about 7:30, and I've been good so far.
Amen.
Wow.
That's always a good report. I've always said that, of course, anything that I try myself, it's going to work for me, or if I try my husband, because even some of the herbs that I put in this formula, he takes. Ashwagandha is one of the main herbs that gives you the energy, that helps you with irritability. Like for me, the first formula that I put together that Kelly and I was on that formula for about 4 years. And then all of a sudden, boom, I just started crying out the blue. I didn't know what I was crying for. And I just burst out in crying and would get irritable. One time I literally knocked the door down getting to my husband because I just got that irritated. I said, oh, I got to do something. So the coach in me had to, seek another coach. And so as a result, I put a new formula together. And sometimes I can take one, and sometimes I don't have to take any. But for me, it wasn't the hot flashes. For me, it was my emotions and just irritability. I mean, I would go from 1 to 1,000 in a matter of minutes. And, Melvin would follow me and say, babe, did you take your pill today? Because he would notice when I was getting frustrated and when I was getting angry, because I would go from 1 to 1,000 in a matter of minutes. So a lot of people, they experience what they're experiencing. And if they are not aware of what's going on, they'll just think it is maybe food, or think it's maybe a spouse or issues at work, but menopause or perimenopause triggers are spicy foods, not enough water intake. I drink, wine here and there. I try not to drink it a lot because it'll spike my sugar. And because I used to be diabetic, I don't like to drink wine a lot. But like for my 50th birthday, we went on a cruise and we won some champagne, and we still have that bottle of champagne. That's how much I may or may not drink. Moscato is the thing that I like, but I know I can't have it that much. But I know alcohol, I'm a coffee lover. So because I like coffee and I know caffeine is one of the triggers for menopause, I do decaffeinated coffee. And then of course, stress. Stress will cause our hormones to go out the roof. And so if we all can just remember in this journey on perimenopause or menopause to avoid triggers such as spicy foods, alcohol, caffeine, and stress. And then, everyone is different. And so some people triggers may be different from other people triggers. But in talking with several people when it came to perimenopause or menopause, I know some women have lost hair, of course, irregular periods, even vaginal dryness, mood changes, and even forgetfulness. And, one woman that I spoke with, the doctor tried to diagnose her with MS, saying that she had lesions on the brain, and it was all menopause. And so unless we educate ourselves, these doctors, they will prescribe us medication that we really don't need to take, because they're mixing up one diagnosis when it's really just menopause. So I sent my cousin Edie. One of the things that I did find out when I was going through my journey of fibroids, and then got adenomyosis, was when we were trying to have children. And we went through the whole process of trying to have children, and they said, well, we can't do in vitro with you because you have fibroids. I said, no, I don't have no fibroids. And when they went in, they saw that it was adenomyosis. So I really had to get a hold on hormones, because adenomyosis comes from hormone imbalance, and then the pain was so severe, my gynecologist said, well, why don't you just have a hysterectomy? But I know having a hysterectomy, if you take one of your ovaries, you won't go right into menopause. But if both ovaries are taken, you go right into menopause. And a lot of people don't know, and I try to share this all the time. When you start going into perimenopause or menopause, the thing that feeds bone density in our body when we do have our period is estrogen. And so when you don't have a period and you don't take supplements such as calcium, the body, the bones loses bone density. And that's when you have cracked bones. You have a lot of people have hip replacements because their bones are brittle. And so I want to bring my cousin on next because my cousin did not experience this, but our lives kind of mirrored, and she went into menopause before me. So I sent her the pills. So I told her, I said, T, take 1, 2, or 3, and let me know which ones is beneficial for you. And I want her to talk about how one of the things that she had said to me, because I was coming up to New Jersey, and she said, my ear is on 60. See her laughing? So I want her to share with us her experience with, taking 1 pill and then going to 2 pills and letting us know, is her ear still on 60? Does she still need her ear at 60?
So, no, my ear is on 69. So, but I will say, like, earlier on, like, I had my first child at 22, then my second at 35. Yeah, that's right. And I've always had cysts, which later turned into fibroids. The fibroids was actually covering him to the point where every time I went in for a visit, sometimes they were able to give you an estimate. Wait, they were giving me estimates, but the estimates were never even close because the fibroids was adding on to those pounds. So once I had him, because I had a girl and a boy, I wasn't even supposed to have him, but I love him. That's neither here nor there. But my only choice is because of the fibroids, the heavy bleeding, the pelvic pain, all of that stuff was either a hysterectomy or whatever else it was going to do one or the other, either slow down the bleeding or stop the pain. It wasn't going to do both. So I opted for the hysterectomy, which I had in August of 2010. And immediately, when you have a hysterectomy, like, your body knows that something is missing. And your appetite changed. Like, I wasn't able to eat, like, solid food for, like, 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
I always need the ear on when I get out the shower, like, even in the winter time. And it's like, as soon as I step out the house in the summertime, like I said, I could have just got out the shower, got dressed in a cool air. It doesn't matter. As soon as I open the door, that's over. Like, it just hits me. I sweat like I'm 800 pounds, if that makes sense. So when Wani sent me the pills, I started on the 2, which I started on the 2, and I'm staying with the 2 because for some reason, like, it just, and let me tell you this, I don't believe in nothing. I'm not a real believer. I'm being so serious. Like, I'm not a real believer. But I was like, I know she's not going to steer me wrong. If it helps her, it's going to do something for me. So, with that being said, my ear is on 69. And at nighttime, I have not had the hot sweats yet.
Wow.
While I'm sleeping. And I always, it's still a little iffy with weather, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Like, I can actually get to my car without sweating and be okay with that. As opposed to sitting in my car, not letting it run and being miserable and just pulling off. Now I can actually sit in my car and relax for a minute, let my car warm up or put the air on or whatever and sit there with it instead of driving off with my windows down trying to get air after I just walked out the house 60 seconds ago. So I am a believer in something.
I done froze. I done missed that. I done froze. I think it's my computer. I froze. Was my thing frozen?
On the computer then.
Yeah.
No, we hear you.
Okay, good. Because I missed all of that. I'm so glad it's recording so I can play it back.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, wow.
And
But
so
yeah, thanks, Wani.
you are welcome, my
You
dear.
saved me some sweat.
And see, the good thing, I know, I think Audrey, I'm going to ask Audrey to come up next. Audrey has been taking it the longest. So, Tisha, you had it for what, about how long?
2 weeks.
Yeah, and Kelly just got hers yesterday. So, Audrey, if you can talk to us about your experience. I just love this woman. She helps me with my creativeness. She has a company called Women in Film, and I'm part of it. It took me long enough to grab a hold to it, but I'm finally with her.
She's finally a member. Yay!
Yeah. So if you can share with us your experience that you've had when you first got the pills.
Okay, first of all, I wish this wasn't going to be on Facebook because I don't want people to know that I was just ready to clock out. Like, Lord, call me now. I am done. I'm done with this life. For me, I'm too hot. It is not worth it. It's just like, I'm ready to go. I don't want to stay on this earth no more because I can't breathe. I sleep with a fan. I got a fan on and the air. I said, that's no way to live. So I'm ready to go. And then I stopped being ashamed telling everybody. So I'm telling everybody, in case y'all don't see me, I left. Because that's how bad it was. So when Tawana came to our picnic, in which we have a Kingdomwood Women in Film picnic monthly, but this particular Sunday, I had it live, in which we haven't had our picnics live because of the coronavirus. So we've been doing online, but the Lord put it in my spirit to choose your people to come. And when she wasn't even invited, but somehow the way he kept on saying, that one needs to come, you know. And I don't go against the word. And when he tell me, put it in my spirit, I move. And that's the way I run my film festival, the Women in Film, our Christian Film Festival. When he speak, and I do it. And sometimes, you know, you never know when the Lord, when you pray about it, you don't never know where your blessing's going to come from or your answer's going to come from. So I'll be open the door all the time. I don't know where mine's coming from because I pray all the time. And so when she said it, I was like you, because I was like, I'm hard to believe. Who else had it? You know. So when you get to when you become desperate this heat, you're like, I'm already taking vitamins, so I'm taking some more. And when she brought it and I took it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching to see what is gonna happen, you know. And it took the edge off. And I was like, wow, I was able to go to sleep and wake up normal, like a normal person, you know. And I continue, but when you wake up through the night because of the hot flashes, it's a clock that normally wakes up with you. Yeah. It just wakes you up. So my clock kept waking up, but not the heat. The heat wasn't coming. So I would wake up waiting on the heat, and it never showed up. It's like, wow, like I'm up here asking for it. I don't want it, but your body's like, hey, you know the heat coming, but the heat never came. And it really took the edge off for allowing me to sleep. So I had to turn my time around for allow me to go all the way to sleep. And that's what I asked for. So I was actually taking two, one in the morning and one in the evening, not late, but early evening, you know. And then I said, and I told Tawana, and then she said, well, I want to, you know, increase your dose. And I was like, if that works, you know, I'm going to take another one. They're going to just call me pill popping Audrey. I don't care. Because I'm just tired of this heat. Well, the last week, and this is this week, I've been taking it, and I can count. I can count the times I had a hot flash, and it only flashed because I caused the trigger. I too like coffee in the morning, and I drank tea. And when I would drink it, there it come. But then it reminded me that I didn't have it the night before. I mean, you see this fan? I got one in my bed, it's my husband. And this is what he do. He cools me off. So I don't even have to wake up to reach for him. He just come, I just pull him right on over and turn him on and go back to sleep. You see, it's in my office.
Mhm.
Now, so I'm very excited. I think she's a godsend. It's a blessing to
Yes.
take the tablets. They're very easy to take. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be with her and this herb and do the rest of my body what it needs from now on. I am so on her. I thank God for her that allowed this to come and to be educated on our bodies. And this is what we need. We need to come together because I have 2 daughters. And I want to be able to share this with them. Now, I remember my mother having hot flashes, and I didn't know. I was help fanning her. I even remember her cousin coming, sticking her head in the freezer. I remember all of that. But they never transferred that knowledge down the next generation. Well, not to me. My mother and aunts, they never told me about hot flashes. I never knew. But with this information that I have, I'm going to be sharing this with my daughters. I already started with my oldest one. But I'm going to be letting them know there's a out. And that's what God does. He gives you an out. So this is not for us to suffer with. So thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much. Travada, you got any questions, girl?
No, I don't. I just trying to see where can I get the pill at, sweetie. I'm ready.
You can get that now. Kelly, is she near you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can just bring it to the church as a result of this new formula that I put together. I'm putting it on sale for the rest of the weekend. Because it's normally $45, but it's going to be on sale for $30. And so whenever you're ready throughout the weekend, you just let me know and I can meet you. Are you near the church, near where Kelly's church is?
She'll be there tomorrow and Sunday.
Okay.
We got to work. Yeah, we got to work.
I can bring them up there for you. And you know, I'll be posting the link in the I Love Healthy Me page, you know, for anybody else who wants, you know, to get another month. But for you ladies who have tried it for me, you know, I'm going to send you guys another month because I sure appreciate y'all letting me beta test y'all.
We appreciate you.
I'm a guinea pig. I like
that.
If that guinea pig
I'll
works
be
for me.
I'll be a test dummy for those results.
Yes. Yes.
Oink, oink, oink,
I can't
oink.
wait to go to sleep tonight. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to going to bed without sweating. So, yeah.
Well, I am so glad.
With nothing. Like, okay, I wasn't sleeping with nothing. I would go to bed with nothing. I couldn't take it. Oh, one thing was I think I really had a real bad case, and it was making me a little depressed because when the hot flash would come, it would be so hot. When I do have a sheet or anything touch me, I can't take it. Nothing can touch me. That's how bad it was. And it would stay for that length of time that you would go through your hot flash, and then it would go off, and then I was able to put a sheet over me. But before that, I can't stand nothing to touch me, no sheet, and of course, no person, no nothing. Nothing can touch me. And it was that bad, and I thought that was really crazy that my body would know, and I sleep in silk sheets. I was trying to find the coolest, coldest sheet possible. I couldn't understand that. That couldn't touch my body anywhere. It would just irritate me. And I had to throw it off, and I had to wait until the hot flash go down. I have not experienced that since I've been on these pills. Have not. I mean, gone.
Amen. That's what I'm saying.
Gone. I was like, what in the world? What enemy that jumped in my house? The devil. Get out of here. Off of me.
Yeah.
I do have a question though, because I am taking the 3, and it's probably because I really had a bad case of it. Is there a way, do I have to take 3, or can you make the doses stronger in each tablet?
So you've been taking it for about how long? Maybe about 3 weeks? Has it been a month yet? Yeah. And so I always tell everybody, especially because this is new to the body. And so so the Bible says that herbs are for the healing of the land. So when we experience hormonal imbalance, there's some type of acidity going on in our body. So the herbs cause us to come back to be alkaline. So I said, I always tell people when you start with herbs, it's different than a chemical.
Mhm.
Chemical responds quickly, but herbs take a while to get into the body. And so I always say 30 days, you'll see a difference. 90 days, you'll see an impact. So the longer you're taking it, the better your body will feel.
Okay.
Yeah. And so just gauge yourself this time next month to see where you are. And if we need to make adjustments for you, we'll make adjustments for you. Yeah.
And that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. So your
And
body
also-
is just realigning. And so it'll take a while, at least 30 to 90 days for your body to make the major adjustment. And then you'll find yourself maybe not needing to take 3. Like sometimes I can take them and sometimes I don't have to.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so
It's awesome.
right. So I really appreciate you guys. Tell your friends, tell your family. Let them know the sale going on. I'm gonna put the link in the I Love Healthy Me page. And I don't know what was going on with this recording, but we got it done. And I pray that everybody gets blessed when they look at the recording. If anybody have any questions, they'll just, they can ask me. But Travonda, I can meet you tomorrow. Kelly, just text me to let me know when you're at the church, and
Okay.
I'll bring it over tomorrow. And then
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
send you guys your next 30 days. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you
so
so
welcome.
much.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Love y'all.
Love you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Nice meeting you, ladies.
Nice meeting you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.